Today, we're diving into a case that shook the quiet city of Macon, Georgia. The tragic story of a promising young law graduate whose life was stolen by someone she knew. Lauren Giddings was a 27-year-old with big dreams and an even bigger heart. Originally from Maryland, she was incredibly close to her parents, Karen and Bill, and her younger sisters, Sarah and Caitlin. Friends often said that her beloved puppy, Butterbean, was the real star of the family. From a young age, Lauren knew exactly what she wanted: to become a public defender and fight for those who couldn't afford legal representation. With that mission in mind, she moved to Macon in 2008 to attend Mercer University's School of Law. Macon was a slower-paced, friendly city where neighbors felt more like lifelong friends, and Lauren settled in with ease. Before moving, Lauren had been in a relationship with David Vandiver, a corporate attorney she met years earlier while working at a law firm in Atlanta. Despite a 20-year age difference, their bond was strong. They shared the same work ethic, sharp humor, and mutual respect. But the move to Macon created distance in their relationship, both physically and emotionally. For a short period, Lauren dated a fellow law student named Joe. However, she soon realized that her feelings for David were still very much alive. She ended things with Joe, though they managed to remain friends. In June 2011, Lauren graduated from Mercer University's School of Law, a proud day for her entire family, and for David, who was there alongside them, and yes, even Butterbean made an appearance. Her next goal was clear: pass the Georgia bar exam. This meant she devoted nearly all her time to studying. After celebrating her sister Caitlin's wedding, Lauren returned to Macon and threw herself into exam prep. She lived in Unit 2 of the Barristers Hall Apartments, a small building primarily rented by law students. It was the perfect location, directly across from Mercer University's law school, making it easy for her to access the library and stay connected with professors. Not long before her disappearance, Lauren confided in her sister that she suspected someone had been entering her apartment while she was away. Items seemed slightly out of place, though there were no signs of forced entry. It gave her an uneasy feeling, as if she was being watched. On June 25, 2011, she emailed David about her concerns. He told her not to worry too much, suggesting she might just be feeling stir-crazy from studying so much. Lauren also sent a group message to her friends, letting them know, "I'm going to be really busy with bar prep. If I don't respond to texts or calls right away, please don't take it personally." Over the next few days, no one heard from her. At first, this didn't alarm her friends. She was known for disappearing into her study routine. But when Caitlin and Lauren's best friend, Katie, repeatedly tried calling with no answer, concern began to grow. Caitlin, who was on her honeymoon, became particularly worried when Lauren didn't respond to wedding photos she had sent. Caitlin asked Ashley, another law student, to check on her sister. Ashley called Lauren's phone, but it went straight to voicemail. She and her boyfriend went to the apartment and noticed Lauren's car parked outside. Using a spare key, they went in and found the place somewhat messy, possibly because Lauren had been preparing to move. But more concerning was what they did find. Her phone, laptop, legal textbooks, and purse were all still there. Lauren never went anywhere without them. Alarmed, Ashley called other friends, including Joe, who quickly joined the search. The last confirmed sighting of Lauren was at a party 4 days earlier. Not long after, she had emailed David about her worries regarding the apartment. By the next morning, her family contacted the police and began the long drive, nearly 12 hours, from Maryland to Macon. When police arrived, they noted no obvious signs of forced entry. However, luminol tests in the bathroom revealed traces of blood on the sink, tub, and floor. On June 30, 2011, as officers searched the area around the apartment building, a strong odor carried over on the breeze. It was coming from a dumpster. When they opened the lid, they found a black trash bag containing the torso of a woman. DNA testing confirmed it was Lauren. The medical examiner determined she had been killed on June 26, 2011. There was no evidence of sexual assault. With Lauren's torso recovered from the dumpster, the apartment building became the center of a full-scale investigation. Residents were interviewed one by one. Among them was 25-year-old Stephen McDaniel, a fellow law graduate who lived in the apartment right next to Lauren's. Stephen was known among classmates as quiet, awkward, and a little eccentric. He had a dry sense of humor and often kept to himself. However, he was friendly enough with Lauren. They had attended classes together for years and exchanged casual small talk around the complex. During the initial interview, Stephen claimed he hadn't seen Lauren since the previous Saturday, when she had mentioned studying for the bar exam. He said he spent most of his weekend in his apartment, playing video games and sleeping. He appeared calm and cooperative, but detectives took note of his almost rehearsed responses.
With me is her next door neighbor who lives in apartment 4. Can I get your last name?
McDaniel. Stephen McDaniel.
When was the last time you think you seen Lauren?
It was either last week or the week before that. I was coming back from bar prep and I was driving back and I saw her going out to run.
Is there anything that you could tell me today or add to your statement that could help me locate Lauren?
I can't think of anything. I mean, we looked around to see if there was a note or if there was anything, but there was just nothing that we could find to try and figure out where she was.
The case gained local media attention quickly. Reporters arrived at Barristers Hall to cover the story, and Stephen agreed to speak with a local news crew outside the building. At first, his interview seemed like any other neighbors. He described Lauren as kind and smart and expressed hope that she was okay. But mid-interview, something unexpected happened. A reporter mentioned that the police had just found a body. Stephen's expression instantly changed. His face went pale, his voice broke, and he began stammering.
That was living there?
Yeah, Lauren was my neighbor. We're just trying to find out where she is at this point. I mean, no one has seen her since Saturday. I mean, the last time anyone heard from her was an email that she sent out, and no one's heard from her since.
Did you see her hang out with anyone at the time, anything like that?
I mean, no one has seen her since Saturday. I haven't seen anything. I mean, you always hear noise outside, but it's just people walking by pretty much. I mean, she's as nice as can be. I mean, very personable, very much a people person.
Do you know any enemies she might have had, somebody that might want to hurt her?
No, we don't know where she is. I mean, the only thing we can think is that maybe she went out running and someone snatched her. Because I mean, we went over. One of her friends had a key. We went inside and tried to see if there was anything amiss. But I mean, she had a door jamb that was sitting right by it, so there was no sign that anyone broke in. I mean, the door was locked when everyone got here.
What about in the parking lot area? I know they've been doing a lot of. I think that's where they had recovered the body or whatever they recovered from there.
Body.
Had you heard anything? Had you seen anything there? Had you seen anything there? I mean, we don't know if this is the same person. You know what I mean? Like, they took out a body there earlier. We don't know if it's the same person or not. That's how we're trying to ask people if they know who lived there. Are you okay, sir?
I think I need to sit down.
Okay.
He stepped back, grabbed his head and muttered, That's just horrible. I can't believe this."
No, they haven't confirmed, at least not with us, that it was Lauren that they found. Are you holding out any hope right now?
I hope, but...
And you hadn't heard anything about a body until you were talking to us earlier?
No, as far as any of us knew, they were still trying to just find her. Joe, he got onto her computer last night to see if she had said anything. She'd sent an email out to some people. There was an email that she sent out after 10 that night where she sent to, I think it was someone in Atlanta, a friend of hers in Atlanta. She was afraid in her apartment that she thought that someone had tried to break in on Thursday night, and she was afraid to stay in there. But
Where did you hear that from? From Joe?
he pulled it up and we read it off the screen.
I hadn't heard anything on Thursday night.
No.
She never came to you to tell you anything?
No, she was afraid in her apartment, then, get her out of it.
The clip went viral almost immediately, with many viewers saying his reaction looked staged, as if he had been caught off guard by news he wasn't supposed to hear in public. Investigators were already suspicious of Stephen for several reasons. He lived right next to Lauren. He had no solid alibi for the night she was killed. There were rumors from classmates that he had an unhealthy interest in her. Detectives obtained a search warrant for his apartment. What they found inside painted a disturbing picture. Stephen's apartment was small, cluttered, and dimly lit. On his bed, they found packaged condoms. Odd, because he was known to be socially withdrawn and not in a relationship. On his computer, they uncovered hundreds of bookmarked articles and videos about violent crimes, home invasions, and dismemberment. There were also voyeuristic photos taken of women without their knowledge. But the most damning piece was found in the laundry room, a pair of gloves containing Lauren's DNA, hidden inside a neighbor's dryer. While other residents appeared shaken by Lauren's disappearance, Stephen's behavior in the days following the murder was strange. Some neighbors recalled him wandering the halls late at night, peeking into common areas. Others said he seemed overly curious about what the police were finding. Investigators learned that Stephen had once asked Lauren out, but she politely declined. He apparently never dated anyone during law school, but according to a few classmates, he would sometimes talk about breaking into women's apartments, comments they dismissed as dark jokes at the time. Police held him on unrelated burglary charges while they built their murder case.
Macon police say a K-9 unit from Dooley County has volunteered to help in the search for the remains of murdered Mercer grad Lauren Giddings. Macon police are following several leads in the case, but so far have no official suspects. Giddings' neighbor, 25-year-old Stephen McDaniel, remains in jail tonight on unrelated burglary charges. Police continue to gather statements from students and neighbors in what they're calling a detailed, painstaking process.
He had now gone completely mute, despite his earlier eagerness to speak with the media and stay aware of everything that was happening.
All right. I just gotta ask you a few more questions.
Okay.
You came down earlier tonight, me and you talked, all right? You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
No.
That's just you are. What's wrong? You know Detective Patterson, right?
Yes.
Do you remember? Put your hand up here. You remember us talking? I need to know about this girl right here. You know her?
Yes.
Who is that?
Lauren Giddings.
Does she live next door to you?
Yes.
Okay. Look at me when you talk to me, son. Okay? Was you friends with her?
Yes.
I'm asking you for help. I need your help. Can you help me?
I don't know.
You don't know if you can help me?
Yes.
I need your help. Help me out. Tell me what to do.
He seemed reluctant to answer, and when he did, his responses were inconsistent. Most of what he said boiled down to simple replies like yes, no, or I don't know.
What do you think happened to her?
I don't know.
Do you even care that no one can find her? I mean, I don't know, do you?
Yes.
Well, you know there was a body found in the trash can next to the apartments.
Yes.
And it's a female, white female's body, right next to y'all's apartment. We don't know 100% sure it's Lauren, but we're pretty confident it is. I mean, who would do something to somebody and throw them in a trash can?
I don't know.
And you know why we've been working all day trying to find Lauren, right?
Yes.
Because her family wants to know where she's at.
Yes.
And I don't know what to tell her family. So I'm asking you, what do I need to tell her family?
I don't know.
It's all on you, brother. What do you want me to tell her family? Huh?
I don't know.
Well, I need to know.
On top of that, his behavior was highly unusual. According to police, they had never seen anyone respond like that in an interrogation. Officers often had to remind him to make eye contact as he sat almost completely still, barely moving his head. When the footage of the interview is sped up, the contrast becomes even clearer. Stephen sitting stiff and motionless while the detectives move around normally. Even after the investigators left the room, he remained frozen, staring straight ahead. Detective Patterson, worn down by the repeated no and I don't know answers, grew convinced that Stephen was the one responsible for Lauren's horrific fate.
You got your ass on that news and stood out there and gave a media report that her mother saw. You sure stood out there and ran your mouth to the news media, but now you're gonna get out here and you don't fucking know. You're just a sorry piece of shit that don't give a fuck.
Why would you not be honest with me?
I am being honest.
Stephen, it just doesn't feel like it, buddy. You know, I get the sense that there's something weighing heavy on your heart right now.
Stephen, did you hurt Lauren?
No.
What'd you do, buddy?
I didn't do anything.
What'd you do to Lauren?
I didn't do anything.
However, it was now well past midnight and they still hadn't gotten any real answers from him.
You're gonna look at this right here, this little girl right here, and you're gonna say you don't know? I know you know.
I don't know.
Yes, you know. What are you gonna say tomorrow when I say we got your hair with the body? I believe that you're a good guy, you've been picked on, girls didn't show you the respect that you deserved, you did something stupid, and I believe you feel bad about it, and that's why you're all freaked out right now. We want you to tell it so that way people will understand you're not a monster. Things just, you got out of control. It's a sickness. Why'd you do it, Stephen?
I didn't do it.
Stephen, why are you going to keep telling that? You hurt that girl.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, Stephen. I'm going to take this from me. You don't deserve to look at it. Just stay right here, okay?
Okay.
I appreciate all your cooperation tonight, okay?
Okay.
While he was being questioned, investigators were conducting a thorough search of his apartment. During this search, they discovered that he somehow had a master key capable of opening every unit in the building. Inside, they found a pair of pants that tested positive for Lauren's DNA, packaging for a hacksaw, and several digital drives containing highly disturbing and inappropriate material. His search history revealed that Stephen frequently visited Lauren's social media pages, often while also viewing violent content online. Investigators also uncovered that he had been sharing dark ideas on internet forums and had written blogs about harming women. All of this painted a chilling picture. Not only was his mindset deeply troubled, but his repeated searches for Lauren's name showed a clear obsession with her. One of his most recent and final searches was for the garbage collection schedule.
It's all over anyways. Game's over. I mean, we know what you did to her, so we just want to know if you were going to tell us or not.
I didn't do anything.
Well, that's what you say. But we know different, so you're away. So you can sit there with that dumb look on your face. But it's over.
I don't know what you want me to say.
I want you to say nothing. You're fucked either way. Thought you were smarter than everybody. Somebody always leaves something in a crime scene. You fucked up. At first I didn't really believe you had anything to do with it. They said, man, it couldn't have been him. He used to work down the DA's office with us. He's a good guy. He used to help us out. Friendly guy and everything. Couldn't be him. He couldn't have done something like that. The sad thing about it is you probably could have made something with your life. But you chose a different route because, one, you don't have a girlfriend, and two, you're never going to get a girlfriend.
While Stephen initially refused to cooperate, his time in custody began to take a toll. Under pressure from mounting evidence, in April 2014, nearly 3 years after Lauren's murder, Stephen agreed to a plea deal. In exchange for avoiding the death penalty, he confessed in detail. According to his statement, on the night of June 26, 2011, he used the master key to enter Lauren's apartment in the early morning hours. When she awoke and confronted him, he attacked. He strangled her, then left and returned later to dismember the body in her bathtub. He placed parts of her remains in garbage bags and disposed of them in dumpsters around the complex, though only her torso was recovered. He then attempted to clean the bathroom with bleach, but luminol tests revealed traces of blood. Stephen McDaniel stood in court wearing glasses and a muted suit, a stark contrast to the violent reality of his actions. The Giddings family listened quietly as prosecutors read the details of Lauren's final moments. He pled guilty to malice murder and received a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole until at least 2041. Lauren's family spoke of her compassion, intelligence, and unwavering dedication to helping others. Her father, Bill, said, "The world is a lesser place without Lauren in it. She had so much more to give." The case left deep scars on the Macon community and served as a grim reminder that sometimes danger comes from the people we think we know. The viral interview of Stephen McDaniel remains one of the most haunting moments in true crime media. A man calmly speaking to the press while hiding the darkest of secrets. Lauren's friends and family continue to honor her memory through scholarships and advocacy for victims' rights. Many of her classmates, inspired by her passion for justice, went on to become public defenders, carrying forward the mission she never got the chance to fulfill. Lauren Giddings' life was one of promise, determination, and kindness. Her dreams were stolen in a single night by someone who lived just feet away. This tragedy is a reminder to remain vigilant and trust your instincts when something feels wrong, because even in places that seem safe, evil can hide in plain sight. If you found Lauren's story important, please consider sharing this video so her memory and the lessons from this tragedy are never forgotten. And if you'd like to hear more true crime cases like this, don't forget to subscribe.